Hey y'all, Eric Adcock's Awkward Life. Today is Tuesday, February 24th, 2026, and this is my attempt to record a podcast every day in the year 2026. I thought I had something to talk about tonight, and I did, and then went to church, and Brother Copeland just blew it out of the water, and I had a similar idea, nothing quite as anointed as his, so I'm just going to scratch that idea and not even think about that anymore, because if you're at Tuesday night church or you're watching on the live stream, you heard a phenomenal message. So I'm just kind of struggling to find something to talk about today. I had an interesting call from a driver of mine that got caught in a speed trap, so to speak, and he got a huge speed ticket, and he was just caught in a place where it went from a certain mile per hour to another mile. It was in between there. He was on a frontage road, and he thought he was on the interstate, or he was about to get on the interstate, and he had accelerated to the point where police officers wrote him a ticket, and it was just a deal. So there's a lot of times that people set up in places to watch you fail and to check those mistakes. And today, not in just, the transportation industry, but any industry, you have to just about be perfect all the time. Because there's so many, it says that if you're out in public for 90 seconds or whatever it is, you're on video somewhere. You can't go anywhere without being on video. If it's not other people's cell phones, it's surveillance, equipment and things like that. So you almost have to live in it's amazing. We're all on camera somewhere. And I had a friend of mine that was driving a truck and seemed to think that this particular accident he was in was not his fault, but there was video surveillance of it, and wound up that it didn't go the exact way that he thought it should. And I don't really know how to combat that, There's always these people, these First Amendment auditors that are on the sides of the streets that's taking videos and pictures and interacting with people. And somebody's always getting upset about it and screaming and hollering. You see them all the time. And someone winds up getting pepper sprayed or whatever. So we're all being recorded somewhere. God sees everything. He sees everything. And not just... and obviously the physical, he sees everything that we do, but he sees what you think, and he sees what you struggle with, and he sees what you're going through. And I never forget, Brother Tim Copeland preached a message called I Heard That. And he had just recently lost his dad, and he was in his office studying. And the weight of the world was on his shoulders because his dad meant everything to him. And he just let out a sigh, and the Lord spoke to him. He said, I heard that. And isn't that refreshing to know that God hears us, that God knows right where we're at. He knows right what we're thinking. He knows right where we're going through. And that's most of the time when people say, hey, God's seen that, they do it in a negative, like, you shouldn't be doing that, God's seen that. But I can assure you that you do something nice, God's seen that. And if you're struggling in your mind with things, God knows that. And just like these in public, when you're on video, whether you're shopping and whether you're out there doing that, where surveillance and other people's cameras pick you up or whatever, they go home, and how many times someone's took a picture of you and they go home and laugh about it or whatever. Because I know people that do that. They'll take pictures of other folks in public. But God sees that. God knows that. And there's something comforting to know that we have an all-seeing God that cares about us and is interested in us. And so, yeah, I know it was rambling tonight, but I'm going to put a link to the service tonight. Brother Copeland had a message on relationship, on hunger, and it was just phenomenal, And so I'll put a link to that in the descriptions. And hey, the streak continues. And thank you for Jonathan and Carter for listening on the commute. That meant a lot. Thank you for letting me know that. And you guys be careful on your commute out there. Having a commute's not a bad thing. I may do a podcast on the commute. That sounds good. So anyway, if y'all can forgive this episode being just rambling. But anyway, if y'all liked it and I said something that maybe helped you, share it. If you didn't, pray about it. And yeah, we'll see y'all tomorrow. The streak continues. Bye, y'all.